Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Detroit Tigers versus the Seattle Pilots at Six Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Mickey Lolich, whose record is 5-4 with a 4.65 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots today is Jerry Stephenson, whose record is 2-0 with a 3.91 ERA. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone had a fun and safe New Year last night. I didn't do anything too exciting. I sat here and drank some champagne and watched the ball drop on the East Coast, and then I was pretty much ready for bed. So it is raining and kind of miserable outside here in Arizona. So a good day to play a ball game and get things on track for 2023. And what better way than to face my favorite team, the Detroit Tigers. As you probably know, if you're watching this video, I've already played 4 seasons of the 1980s Detroit Tigers season replay. We started in 1980. We are through 1983. The 1984 season will start sometime in late March. We'll start previewing the divisions and get familiar with all the things that I did in the off season, and then get that season kicked off. And in order for that to happen on time, I really need to almost double time it here with the Seattle Pilots season. So let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We'll do a deep dive on Mickey Lolich, one of my all-time favorite Tigers. Can't wait for that. As you can see here, Jerry Stephenson, I believe, making his 3rd start of the season for us. All of the bullpen is available. And here is our lineup versus Mickey Lolich, who of course is a lefty, and because of that we have our lineup in there versus lefties. There was one player who was listed as tired. That is Darren Johnson. So we're going to sit him out today, move Hegan from left field to first base, and put Don Bosch out there in left. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Detroit Tigers. Batting leadoff, playing left field, is Gates Brown. Batting second in right field is Jim Northrup. Batting third and catching is Bill Freehan. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Norm Cash. Batting fifth, playing second base, is Dave Campbell. Batting sixth in center field is Mickey Stanley. Batting seventh at third base is Don Wert. Batting eighth at shortstop is Tom Matchick. And batting ninth is the great Mickey Lolich. Okay, let's take a look at our pitcher. Jerry Stephenson, yes, he is making his 3rd start as a Pilot. He's been in relief a majority of the year, and because of his success, we converted him to a starter because of his success, but also because of the necessity of us trading away probably, 3/5 of our original rotation. So Stephenson has stepped in, has continued to pitch well. He's got 48 strikeouts and 48 1/3 innings pitched. You can always use that. Opponents are batting .211 against him. His fastball tops out at 93 miles an hour, but his out pitch is the screwball, rated an 84. Overall an 81. The 25-year-old righty will go to arbitration at the end of the year. Looking at his log, we have not played Detroit this season. I think the Tigers are the last team that we have yet to play. So there's no other information against Detroit, but you can take a look at his first 2 starts, and you can see that he's given up 4 runs in each of them and 8 walks. So not great, really, in the starting role, but I like that strikeout ratio. We'll give him a shot, at least for now. There's our defense for today, a little bit better than it usually is, with Bosch out there in left and moving Hegan over to first. Gary Sutherland will start at second base today. in place of Van Kelly in that lefty-righty platoon that we have. Okay, here we go. Let's kick it off with the great Gates Brown. Great pinch hitter during this era. Had the record for pinch hits at one point. Here he's got a ground ball to short, and Kessinger throws him out. One down. That will bring up Jim Northrup, only batting .207 with 5 home runs, strikes out. This is really the first time that I've looked at the Tigers in this sim season. So for me, it's kind of like getting reacquainted with an old friend. Bill Freehan, with 2 down, will step up. And Freehan gets some good wood on it, sends it out to left field, where Bosch makes the catch. Okay, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the lineup rundown for the Seattle Pilots. Batting leadoff at second base is Gary Sutherland. Batting second and catching is Jerry McNertney. Batting third at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup, playing right field is Tommie Harper. Batting fifth at center field is Tommie Agee. Batting sixth in left field is Don Bosch. Batting seventh at first base is Mike Hegan. Batting eighth at shortstop is Don Kessinger. And Stephenson will bat ninth. Okay, let's take a look here at Mickey Lolich. Definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Very Good. I looked it up. At one point, he was on the ballot for all 15 years back when the 15-year mark was the most that you could get. He was on there for all 15 years, and at one point he did have 21% of the vote, but he fell off by the time the 15th year rolled around. And as far as I know, he's never come up in any of the senior ballots. So he is a 3-time All-Star. Of course, he won the 1968 World Series with the Tigers, in which he was the MVP. He went 3-0 in that World Series, complete games in all 3 games, and he hit the only home run he ever hit in his career was in the World Series. Additionally, he won the final game of the series, again a complete game, and he was named the MVP. He did lead the American League of Wins in 1971 with 25. Also, he struck out 308 batters that year, which led the American League. In 1965, his third year in the league, he led the 1967, he led the American League with 6 shutouts. So he played for the Tigers all the way through 1974. We traded him to Freddie's Mets in 1975 for Rusty Staub. So we got La Grande Orange from the Mets. He pitched just that 1 year for the Mets, and he retired, came back to Detroit, and opened up a donut shop. After 1 year of retirement, he signed a 2-year contract with the Padres and pitched primarily in relief for the Padres. Then he retired once again and ran his donut shop for 15 years before moving back to his home state of Oregon. So Mickey Lolich, definitely one of my top 10 all-time favorite Tigers, a true hero of mine, and a guy that I wish I would have got a chance to meet. So nonetheless, he is 5-4 this season with a .465 ERA, 70 strikeouts in 91 innings pitched, 282 opponent's batting average. He does have a complete game. Fastball tops out at 97 miles an hour. That was his best pitch in real life. I don't think it ever reached 97, but the guy had a rubber arm. He pitched 300 innings 3 times in his career and never once had arm problems. His sinker here is said to be his best pitch. I'm not sure about that. Fastball's also rated an 80. A couple other pitches mixed in. Overall rated an 84. The 28-year-old lefty will be a free agent at the end of this year. Okay, so there you go. Little fiction and fact from Mickey's Almanac. We've got the defense here. Gates Brown out left field. This guy was made to be a DH. He's not very good out there. And first base is Norm Cash. Not a great first baseman, but really one of the all-time power hitters for Detroit. Okay, here we go. Let's start it off with Gary Sutherland. Sutherland was the game MVP yesterday. He had 2 hits, two of the 3 Pilots hits, as we were shut out 2-0. He gets a base hit to start off the ball game. That's the way we want to go. Let's go ahead and put down a sacrifice bunt here with McNertney in the number 2 spot. 3-1 count, and he lays down a great bunt to third. Sutherland does advance, so we have a runner in scoring position here in the first against Lolich, with Rich Rollins due up. Rollins batting .248, has a home run. Ground ball down the third base line. That was the one bag you do not want to hit it to. Third baseman is Don Wert. Tosses him out, holds the runner. I'm assuming that maybe it's kind of weird. Why is Al Kaline not in the game? Maybe he needs a day off. Just kind of occurred to me there. And then a full count to Harper, and he strikes out. So leadoff man gets stranded. We go to the top of the second. Norm Cash leading off. Norm Cash, batting champion, 1961, batted .361. And he walks. It was often said that Norm Cash's bats were corked. I mean, I would believe it. He didn't have more than 2 good seasons. Offensively, he had many good average seasons, but 1961 was one that really stood out. Dave Campbell strikes out, and he was just offered to us twice in trades. That's going to bring up Mickey Stanley. Great center fielder for my Tigers. I went to high school with his daughter Pam, and he drops a base hit into center field, allowing Cash to go to third. Pam was a year ahead of me, and she went on to the University of Michigan and became their women's softball coach. So it's first and third, 1 down. Don Wert at the plate. I guess we'll play back and try to get a double play here with Don Wert. He crushes it. It'll get a run in either way, as Cash will tag and score. Mickey Stanley holds, and it's 1-0 here in the second inning. 2 down now for Tom Matchick. He pops it up to second, and the play is made by Sutherland. So we're down a run early. We go to the bottom of the second inning with Tommie Agee leading off. Much like in yesterday's game, where we tried to get a double early and was thrown out, I kind of feel like that sacrifice bunt getting Sutherland in a scoring position was like our one chance. Like I kind of feel like we are not going to get another run, another opportunity or a run today. So our Pilots have definitely come back to the means. Our batting average as a team has dropped. Nobody's hitting right now. We had that nice little run for Harper and Agee where they would both hit a bunch of home runs, but since then we've gone cold. We can't get a run. Nothing we do seems like it's going to work. And in a game where all you are doing is pushing a button, it feels like, what's the point? Brown gets a base hit into center field, so 1 down, runner on first. Gates Brown, he was a big dude, not really known for his speed, but he's got 88 speed here. Jim Northrup strikes out. 4 Ks for Jerry Stephenson. 4 in less than 3 innings, so he's got more than 1 per inning right now. That's almost unheard of. And there's a double for Freehan, and the run scores from first. That is impossible. That would never happen. It's 2-0, and that is Freehan's 7th double of the year. Well, shit. This game's over. As a ground ball in the hole. Good play by Kessinger, who will lead off the bottom of the third. 2-0 Detroit. Here's Kessinger. Almost a completely worthless player. Talk about one-dimensional. I am thinking about bringing Fred Stanley up and sending down Bo Cabela. But Fred Stanley is not much better than Kessinger. And Kessinger is defensively superior. So, you know, it's like, why? You're trading bad for bad, really. Mickey Lolich strikes out Stephenson for his third, and then an error by Wert allows Sutherland to get to second base. So Sutherland's on second for the second time today. McNertney gets a base hit to right, so that error had to happen to give us our one run. It's unearned, so doesn't affect Mickey Lolich. Good job by McNertney, though. That's his team leading 27th RBI. So I guess we just have to trust McNertney, despite his low ratings, that he will somehow find a way to get it done. Okay, so the pop-up by Rollins will take us to the fourth inning. It's 2-1. Dave Soup Campbell leading off. I wonder whatever happened to Dave Campbell as he gets a base hit past Rollins. Somehow holds them to a single. I remember him being on Baseball Tonight, Dave Campbell, all the time. Like in the 90s. Seems like he was a fixture. He even had like a really great voice as Mickey Stanley crushes it for a two-run shot. It's 4-1. And another hit. So this is the third start where Jerry Stephenson has given up 4 runs. If it wasn't the bottom of the lineup, I'd probably take him out. God bless it. Unbelievable. He hasn't gotten anybody out yet. Bring the corners in. Actually, this is where you would do the wheel play. No outs. So a bunt to first would send it to third. Basically, second baseman covers first. And the shortstop covers second, but and it's bunts it to third. And he gets to play at third. I mean, that's not what would happen there. I mean, that bunt, he would have to wait for that bunt to get to the bag, and you've already got your base runner running down on you. That's not a baseball play. Not something that would actually happen. There's a ground ball to second. Let's get 2 with Lolich running there. Oh! That is total horse shit. They do get the force at second. Brown beats it out at first. Can we get out of this inning? Jim Northrup. Is he going to dump it in there? Oh, it's going to be caught. Nicely done by Harper for out number 3. So we do limit the damage to just the 2 runs on the 2-run home run by Stanley. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And Tommie Harper will lead off. Yeah, I mean, we're just pushing buttons. There's an infield single for Agee. Well, we need a big shot. There's no point in attempting anything else. 5 Ks for Lolich. And then here's lefty on lefty with Hegan. And Hegan walks. Normally Hegan's in the number 2 spot, but I thought I would drop him down today. And then Kessinger, we know that's an automatic out. I'm going to walk him. Well, we have to take Stephenson out, right? I mean, I don't think anything we do here is going to make a difference, but it would be stupid down 3 runs to let the pitcher bat when he's not pitching well. So we are going to send in Danny Walton, who at the very least has some power. He's got a power of 88. He's batting .238 versus lefties. And he's got the bases loaded with 2 outs, and he strikes out. Yep, I could have just let the pitcher bat. It would have been the same result. Dick Bates. That's the name of the pitcher. That's not my Tourette's syndrome kicking in these mundane games that have no purpose. Bill Freehan pops up. Also was the head coach of the men's baseball team at the University of Michigan. Norm Cash crushes it off the fence. for a double. The Tigers are in last place at 22 and 33, third double on the year, and they are beating us like a rented mule. And Mickey Stanley hit his 7th home run, strikes out. All right, going to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Gary Sutherland. He's been on base both times. Had a base hit and was safe on an error. And he walks. So suddenly, Mickey Lolich can't pitch. He's walked 3 now in the last 2 innings. Not that it's led to anything. Infield single. That's ridiculous. A catcher getting an infield single. It's 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. 2-2 count to Rollins. And Rollins flips it into right center. Sutherland, 70% chance. He'll tag, take 3rd. 1st and 3rd, 1 down. We will hit and run with Tommie Harper. He's got good contact. All right. We just got to get through this ball game. Wow, Tommy Matchick, a light-hitting shortstop, hit his 4th home run of the year. Somehow he's got a power of 78. And he just crushed it like it was nothing. (6-1). Gates Brown goes to left field, 7-1. Jim Northrup goes to right field, 8-1. Bill Freehan flies out to center. And Noam Cash grounds out to second. All right, trying to get through it here. Tommie Agee leading off. Don Bosch, little duck snort, falls in for a hit. Not that it matters, because it's going to be a double play. Nope, should have been. Kessinger walks for the 2nd time. They're like pitching around a 157 hitter to get to a pitcher batting 500. This game sucks so bad. All right, here we go. Wayne Comer. And an error will load the bases. So dumb. So absolutely stupid. Sutherland flies out. Well, we're going to put, since this game's over, we'll try to get some of the scrubs in there. We'll bring in Renew to catch. There we go. Yeah, we got to bring in a new pitcher. Jesus, 7th inning. We got a long way to go here. Let's get Jack Acker in there. See if we can't get some out. This is not the way I wanted to start the new year. I'm sober. We're losing. Not sure how the Lions are doing today. They were up 14-10 last I saw. Good job by Acker. Like, I literally did not think. I didn't even know who was up. That's exactly what this game is right there. That inning was over, and I wasn't even thinking about it. That is how little effect a computer, the difference between the computer and a person pushing a button. Yeah, we'll give Rollins a chance to get a triple. He does. Is that his 4th triple? He does have 4 triples. That's got to be among the league leaders. Ground ball to second. Rollins will score. 6-2. I guess we take out Acker and let John Bocabella take a cut. Bocabella doesn't even have a hit versus lefties this year. He's got a walk. Mickey Lolich at 129 pitches. 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. This is so fucking stupid. Like, this would never happen. This is so dumb. And, like, the walks don't lead to anything. So, like, what's the purpose? You know, I don't know. All right. Well, we can bring in a lefty now. We'll bring in Steve Barber, try to get his ERA down. Tommie Matchick. Ground ball in the hole, short. And an error. Yay! Yay! Well, he's probably just going to be swinging here. And then Mickey Lolich gets a hit. Round, fly ball to right. Another walk. I mean, this is cruel. On to the 8th. 11-2, Detroit. This is the longest useless game we've played all year. I mean, he's up 9 runs. He's thrown 155 pitches. They've just now made their 3rd error of the ball game. Like, this is so stupid. It's not even close to being like actual baseball. They brought in someone rated a 62 to play defense. Almost over. Tom Timmerman coming in. He's a favorite of mine. I just like his glasses. Oop, what am I doing? God damn, I just want to get this over with. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Oh, we could bring in Van Kelly. There we go. Strikes out. And that should be the ball game. Come on. Defensive indifference in a 9-run game. All right. All right. So, yeah, we lost again horribly. We're on the verge of being a 500 team. I mean, you know, like, I guess in my head, you know, I feel like having control over a team in this simulation should afford me to have, you know, more success, regardless of whether your team is good or bad, because you can call the shots in a real baseball strategy. So the fact that we're 500 and an expansion team, you know, I guess we're doing better than we should, in theory. In fact, this game thinks we're 3 games better than we should be, based on our run differential, which is just skewed a little bit there by the 11-2 loss today. So the fact that we're in 3rd place, you know, we probably should be in 4th place, and that's probably where we will finish in the end. So, okay, let's take a look at the National League. San Diego sitting on 12 wins. Let's take a look at the headline news. Gene Tennis hits 3 home runs. Wow. Look at his scouting. He's got 10 on the year, only 23 RBI. All right. That's it for the news. Transactions. A couple of things. Excuse me. Dwayne Kuiper, second baseman for the Indians, is going to miss 75 days. And he's in the minor leagues anyway. And Milt May of the Pirates is going to miss a couple of weeks. He's in the minors anyway. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. I mean, player of the game, I don't even know. Like, it's days like today where I'm like, we shouldn't even have this. I should just discontinue the player of the game. We did have 2 pilots that did get hits, and McNertney was 2 for 2 with a RBI. So that's going to be it, hands down. I know Rollins had the triple, and McNertney was caught stealing on that missed hit and run by Tommie Harper, but I don't give a shit. At least he had 2 hits and drove in a run. Stephenson was not helpful at all. Dick Bates couldn't get a handle on it. Jack Acker did his gerb, and Steve Barber ate some innings and was the recipient of an error that allowed him to not mess up his ERA even worse. Okay, and then, okay, look at this. Don Wert started off, and then they played 3 people at third base, including Al Kaline, Ron Woods, Ike Brown, Elliot Maddox. 5 people played third base. I have never seen that in tens of thousands of games that I've played on Baseball Mogul. That is fucking stupid, but I am not surprised. Okay, that's going to do it. We will manage to come back tomorrow and play Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great day and Happy New Year once again.